Good morning, dear friends. Here Earth Measured speaking. I would like to continue with this video my speech about the temperature of the Sun. I was convinced till now that the Sun has to be cooler than what science is stating, because the Sun is much nearer to the Earth than what the science is telling us. Science states that the Sun is 150 million kilometers far from the Earth. We have understood instead that the Sun is very near to the Earth, 6,600 kilometers when it is on the Tropic of Cancer, 3,300 kilometers when it is on the Tropic of Capricorn. So, being so near, I was supposing that it has to be much cooler, but I have to think again, to change my mind, and one person helped me to understand that I was wrong with my calculations. So I wanted to help you to understand what is the calculation we have to do, and we will understand that the Sun is effectively incandescent, exactly as the science states. So the temperature has to be what the science is telling us, even if the Sun is very near to us, but being a lot smaller, because the dimension of the Sun is not what the science is telling us. The diameter, the total diameter of the Sun is about 66.6 kilometers, and we will see what is the calculation we have to do to understand this. I'm not telling that the Sun is a sphere, because to me the Sun is a disk, and this is because the sphere shape is only a consequence of the Newton's gravitation formula, and we have seen in the past video that this formula is not respecting the conservation energy principle. If you have not seen this video, please go to see it, because it is quite interesting, and it proves that that formula, the formula from Newton, is wrong, and so we cannot base our calculations on a wrong formula, our assumption on a wrong formula. So to me the Sun is a disk, exactly like Egyptians were believing, the winged disk. And I don't know if you have this image in your mind. However, to understand the calculation, we have to start from the solar constant. That is the energy, the total amount of energy that is arriving from the Sun. It is an energy, watts on square meters, and it is about 1,367 watts for square meter. This is the energy density that is arriving on the Earth. And if we consider the Sun a disk, however, it is quite far from the Earth, 6,000 kilometers. This dimension is bigger than in relation with the diameter, much bigger. So we can consider in our calculation the Sun like a point that is spreading this energy in a sphere shape on the Earth. So we have to multiply the solar constant for the surface of a sphere with radius. I have used the radius 4,500 kilometers, because I have made an average, a mean between 6,000 and 3,000 kilometers. Because we know that the Sun is not always at the same height far from the Earth, and so we arrive to calculate the total power of the Sun. We consider then the surface of the Sun, considering that it is a disk, so we will calculate only the upper surface and the lower surface with a radius of 33.3 kilometers, and we arrive to have the total amount of radiating surface of the Sun. So by making this division, the power of the Sun, I have lost it, the power of the Sun and the surface of the Sun, we arrive to find what has to be the irradiated energy of the Sun, and we have this value, and then we have to use the Stefan-Boltzmann formula for a black body. We are considering the Sun like a black body. It is an approximation, an assumption that we have to do, where sigma is a constant, T is the temperature, and E is the energy, and we arrive to find with this data this temperature of more than 5000 Kelvin degree. So it is quite near to the value that is given by science. So we have to postulate, we have to affirm that the temperature of the Sun is exactly 5700 Kelvin degrees. That is what science is telling us. So the Sun is incandescent, and this justifies the Sun's color, that is white, yellow, and according to spectroscopy, this is in accord with its temperature. So to conclude all this speech, we have that the Sun is a disk, and to explain how is it possible that we even if it is a disk, we see in over all the Earth it like a circle, a perfect circle, because we have a double refraction effect from the atmosphere and then from the plasma that is underlaying the Sun. So it is perfectly possible that the Sun is a disk, and it is only from 3000 to 6000 far from the Earth, and it is incandescent with a temperature of 5700 Kelvin degrees. This is almost all about the Sun. I will speak in the next videos about the Moon, the planets, and many other things. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do it now. Thank you for following me. Bye bye.